Everybody, welcome back to Republic Road Real Live. I am here at my brother-in-law's house, or I should say, ex-brother-in-law's house, but I mean, he's still my brother forever. We may introduce him later. Wait till more of you join in and have some talking points. Not really too much going on. Be discussing some future plans, among other things. Hello, Eric and Doris. Thank you guys for being here. Shadow. Hello. I am in Fredericksburg. I am at my brother-in-law's house. Hello, John and Mud Pie. Hello, Doris. Thank you guys for being here. If you guys are new here, please remember to hit the subscribe button. Just a moment, we'll be getting into some talking points. Right now, my brother is out there working on his kid's mother's brakes. She got her brakes done, and they didn't bleed him correctly, so he's bleeding the brakes correctly, and hopefully she'll have some pressure on the brake pedal, and it won't be going down to the floor. Hello, Cora, and Virtual Productions. Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I'm running off my brother's Wi-Fi. That has pretty good strength, and turned it all the way up to 1080p. So I'm just kind of giving that a try. How's the signal strength for you guys? Are we doing all right? Thank you, Corey. Shout out to Colorado. Perfect. Yeah, he's got pretty good Wi-Fi here. So, that's awesome. I'm able to do this. So, does anyone know? I'm not a big fan of Kanye West. Never really was. When did CNN start their full-blown attack on Kanye? Does anyone know? Because when you type it in now, it's just nothing but CNN attacks since Trump was president. Like, I thought at one time Kanye was a good character with CNN. Like, I'm really trying to find footage of CNN talking good about Kanye. Hello, Sue. I'm really trying to find footage. I can't. You type in Kanye and CNN, and it's all negative points. I can't find where CNN was probably talking good about him, because I've seen a lot of imagery with Kanye where he's doing the triangle and the all-seeing eye and different Masonic, occultish things that really turned me off to him. No, that's what I thought, Cora. That's what I thought. So I thought it was going to be an easy find, an easy video to make. But I was finding stuff where they were trashing him, 6 years ago, 4 years ago. Since like 2018, I think was the oldest one. He's had a spiritual change. He says he has been green lighted. They've scrubbed everything since Kanye started exposing the truth. Like, they scrubbed, like, his whole history. Like, anything that was ever good said about him, even though it may have been something bad, you know? I mean, does Kanye go live on any platforms out there? Because I would love to see what a live stream of him. That would be pretty awesome. See, I'm learning a lot right now. I thought Kanye was full blown occultish, and maybe he just had a girlfriend who was, awake, and she told him, explain some stuff, and that's what made him wear that hoodie. And then I Googled it, and CNN's been attacking him for a long time. Been defaming him. So, I'd like to remind you guys also, my Rumble and Getter, if you guys are not subscribed, please get a Getter. Getter is very informative. Getter is not censored. I enjoy Getter quite a lot, honestly. I never had a Twitter, gonna be honest with you. I've had Facebook. Don't use that anymore. But Getter, I do enjoy. It's very informative. I do recommend you guys sign up for Getter, and please subscribe to my channel at Republic Road Reel, along with others. I guarantee you, more than half of the other live streamers or even regular channels you're subscribed to, they have a Rumble as well. So that would be really awesome for you guys to get on Rumble as well. Or Getter, I'm sorry. Getter. But Rumble too. I'm on Rumble as well. But Getter is like, let's say you're on Twitter and Twitter banned you. What do? You go to Getter. Getter is like the uncensored Twitter. Now, of course, it's censored. You can't be posting videos of people getting beheaded or weird stuff, you can't be putting that on there. But as for, it's not politically censored. It is censored, just like most of the internet is, as it should be to a degree, but it's not politically censored. So it's very open. You can say what you want about things that you can't talk about here on YouTube. Yeah, exactly, Sean. Getter is a conservative Twitter. So make sure to subscribe to me on Getter. Make sure to get a Getter yourself for your own personal reasons, because it's very informative. Because I mean, as Americans right now, and as it was stated by other countries, we are starving for information. As Americans, we are starving. We are shriveled up. Our brains are just shriveling because we are not getting the news, the real information. We are not staying on top of what's going on. We are starved for information. So I'm reading some of your chats here. The Zionist Jews who own everything aren't spiritual Jews. They are cultural Jews. They are evil people, and they should not be grouped with regular good. That is definitely true. I've seen some videos, some crazy footage out of Israel. These people wearing, yeah. I believe it's the Zionist Jews are the ones who built a wall, zigzagging all the way through. They go like 100 miles this way and 75 miles back this way, just so they could cut these farms in half and pull up these olive trees. And these olive trees take 7 to 10 years to start producing olives. So if you take out a farmer's olive farm and that's all he's known for their whole family history, that's what he's grown up doing. That's what his great-great-great-great-grandfather did. And they had this olive orchard that supported their family. And then they built this fence around Israel but they did it in a way to wipe out all these farms. Like, the gate is ridiculous if you were to see it on there. Thank you, Ava. I appreciate it. But yeah, very much appreciated, David. I've seen him interview, and he talked about the lies about him. He designed and wears a necklace with a photo of an ultrasound of a baby to expose the pro-abortion left. Awesome. Now, does anyone know if he live streams? Is he on any platform? Good evening, Florida. How are you doing, LA Forgiven? Okay, I'm gonna have to research into that more tonight. And thank you so much, Ava. I was able to confirm that on Cash App. Really appreciate it. Oh, I did publish a couple new videos. I don't know if you guys have checked that out yet. One of them is I made a edit of the 7-hour live stream I did in DC a few days ago of Let Us Worship. It started off just kind of buzzing around the whole stage area, and then we walked all the way up. Me and Glory B walked all the way up to the SCOTUS, Supreme Court, and sat outside of the SCOTUS, and they had one of the crew members from Sean Foyt was out there, and it was a great service he did right in front of the Supreme Court. I actually kind of want to edit that out as well. I might make a separate video of that because it was so good. And then the other video I did was of the what do we got there? Oh, it was a fight in a bus where a lady was telling some teenagers to calm down. You know, they were like, she was basically saying, cool down, you know, you guys need to calm down. And they proceed to say, what? What did you tell us? And they start attacking her. And they literally throw her off of the bus. This happened about 8-9 days ago. This is very common in a Democrat-controlled city. This is something that I have seen. I've been to a few major Democrat cities, of course not all of them, but it's a common occurrence where things that you don't normally see in a civilized community are happening. Hi, Jennifer. And so those videos are, I recommend you guys check those out. And I just did that today. Yeah, bus fight was pretty crazy. So, you guys heard anything about the Mandela effect? This was brought to my attention today, and I got a couple of things I looked into that was kind of mind-blowing. Anyone heard of the Mandela effect? You guys saw some videos on it? People are swearing. Okay, does anyone here remember? Is anyone here alive in the 60s and remember Jiffy peanut butter? I was not alive then. I cannot comment. But does anybody remember Jiffy peanut butter? Now, there's Jif peanut butter that we're all aware of. But if you try to look up what is Jif short for Jiffy peanut butter, because a lot of people say that they remember Jiffy peanut butter. See, look, 2 people. Yes, yes. Okay, well, if you Google search, or you look up anywhere, DuckDuckGo anywhere, and you look up to see, you can even look on their website, Jif's website, and they make a special statement saying we were always Jif. We were never Jiffy, we were always Jif. Which makes no sense to me. And then there's another one with Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops used to be F-R-U-I-T, Fruit Loops. And now it's F-R-O-O-T. And they tried to make a statement saying that there is no, that it never was that way. And from what I've been looking up, it's just a way for the elites to play games. It's like an elite game when you own a big corporation like that. What else have we got going on? The Mandela effect's real crazy. I've heard some parts about it, some facts about it, but it is pretty sickening. It's like a manipulation by the elites, full blown. They could just rewrite history and everyone just accept it for whatever they say it is. Also today, the head of the United Nations World Food Program. Now you guys think United Nations, they're all evil, they're all out to get us. Well, this guy actually sounded like he had a brain on his head. And you could see more of this on band.video. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. But yeah. So, head of the World Food Program says 325 million people around the world are on the cusp of starvation. Public Road Reel, you know about the Bernstein Bears one? They said it's Bernstein Bears now, not Bernstein, like it was. Huh. Yeah, I haven't heard of, there's a lot I haven't heard of with the Mandela effects. I still get Facebook notifications all the time. I never use Facebook for anything. I don't even use Messenger anymore. Okay, getting some trolls commenting on the live. Thank you, Virtual Productions. I appreciate you always checking in right away. Yeah, why is Bill Gates buying all the farms? I don't think he's the... Is he the number one farm owner, or is it between him and China? I can't remember which one owns more. I'm assuming China. But it wouldn't surprise me if Bill owns more. It could be from a different video too. Let me see. It's not in the chat. It's a comment. Yeah, it could be from a different video. 9:51 p.m. But China owns more. Yeah. They're shutting down these food plants. The food plants are burning down. I mean, I hope all of you guys are aware of that we have lost probably close to 30% of our food production here in the U.S. Not to mention the shutting down the fertilizers in the Netherlands, where a lot of our vegetables are produced for the United States and Europe. They're claiming the fertilizer is doing something to the environment, so they're having to reduce the amount of nitrogen that's allowed. And by reducing that number of nitrogen, that's going to completely deplete farming in that country that is 100%, not 100%, but a great percentage reliant on their farming. You went to, this is my brother here, you went to Holland, right?
Yeah, I was in Amsterdam for 8 days.
Did you notice farms around the countryside?
In the countryside, yeah, there's a lot of farms.
Yeah.
That's how they live over there. They don't buy
you heard
internationally.
The UN or some organizations cutting their fertilizer out. They're saying it's harming the environment, so a lot of farms are going to shut down, and that's going to affect the world supply of food.
I have not heard that yet.
That and potash. Potash is another thing they're cutting out.
What's wrong with potash?
It's just ash, right?
You'd think that human ash would be more hurtful. Like, you burn humans, cremate them, we put them on the ground. So we do the same thing with potash, is we use it for farming.
Yeah. They come up with, I mean, just like they're saying cow farts are destroying the world.
Some of the greatest fertilizer is the things that most disgust people.
Yeah.
And that's what's wrong with why they have a problem with it, because it disgusts them more than it does.
So they want to create a synthetic alternative that doesn't disgust them, but...
Yeah.
Man, John.
Yeah.
John, look what's on my paper. I was the last one there. 45 days of diesel left. 45 days of diesel for our nation is left. That's incredible. It's 25 days now? Yeah, I told Patriot Steve about that, and man, he got frustrated. Yeah, we have 22 days of diesel supply left.
I'll be right back, man. 9:30 at night, and I just finished this brake job, so I gotta go test drive the car.
Okay. Was there air in it? Was there air in it?
Not that I found, but apparently the brakes are a lot tighter, so I'm gonna test drive it to make sure,
Okay. Awesome.
Huh?
Yeah. And DC.
Let me check.
you know, you have a bigger concentration of people in DC, and you go to any of the grocery stores, and all the grocery stores, not only do they have an insane amount of theft at all the grocery stores and convenience stores like Wawa and 7-Eleven, their shelves are empty. And part of the reason I feel they don't stock the shelves is because, like, I'll see people grab, like, the big party bags of chips and grab 4 or 5 of them and just walk out the door. Like, $30 worth of chips walking right out the door. You know, I saw that just the other day. So, it's I don't know if they're low on stock because they're getting robbed left and right from every store. From Walmart to Marshall's, every store in DC, and it's not just DC. It's New York City, it's San Francisco, it's Venice Beach, it's Portland, Oregon, it's Seattle, it's Denver. You name it. And like, I know Virginia, it's not a felony as long as you steal like under $1,000. It's no felony, so you can just keep racking up misdemeanors with basically no consequences as long as you steal under $1,000 at a time in the state of Virginia. I believe California is $2,000. So we were already in an economic crisis, and now we are, if you guys remember what Hurricane Katrina did to our economy, it almost doubled gas prices. Now this hurricane wasn't as bad as Katrina, but it's definitely going to be devastating to the economy. Oh, it's going to be, the wreckage is incredible. The majority of the fertilizer and additive needed for diesel comes from Russia and China. They stopped giving it to us because of Biden. The other top producer is India, and they stopped exporting. Thank you, Cleo. God bless you. Nice to see you here. So, here's one thing I skipped over. I did want to talk about some future plans. It really is up in the air, so there's nothing set in stone. But I am planning on going to Arizona for the winter time and spending time with True Patriot Steve while going over while reviewing the Bible and praying a lot, and because it's going to be very solitary out there, and hopefully I'll have service. I don't know, but I will be back to DC, but that might not happen because I've been hearing chatter that, I mean, there could be something crazy going on in DC with this vote, with this election, that something could pop off. Whether the election, I mean, even if it's a red wave, you know, there could still be some lashback from that. And so if there's anything crazy going on in DC, True Patriot Steve's going to be right back. He went home because he had things he had to take care of. There was nothing, the fear did not send him home at all. Hey JD, good to see you. I know, JD, I'm not too worried about it. But what video are you talking about? Oh, yeah, I'm not too worried about them. I really feel sorry for them that they would stoop to that level. So I'm really done even mentioning them at all. It's just pretty mind blowing. Okay, Cleo, that's good. There you go, Sean. That's what I'm gonna try to do. But I just, I'm new to YouTube. This isn't something I'm used to. I haven't been personally attacked by another live streamer, whether big or small, at all. So I just had to, I didn't even have to defend myself any. I just made statements. But yeah, I really don't know what's going to happen in DC. That's why I'm going to try to stick around here until elections is my plan. And if there's really nothing going on and there's no content, too much content going in DC, I may run to Arizona. And we may be back in January. There's supposed to be a pro-life march that Patriot Steve told me he wants to attend. I imagine this year it should be really, really big because we got Roe versus Wade overturned. Amen. So hopefully we will get a big turnout for that. I know, how is the Mississippi River so low? Last time I went over the Mississippi was like 4 years ago. Well, I've been over it since then. But the first time I went over the Mississippi was 4 years ago. And that thing was way over flooded. Like, I was at least 2 miles away from the river itself, the river's edge, the normal edge. And there were driveways on the left and right as I'm going down this road. And every driveway looked like a boat ramp for 2 miles. Yeah, that makes no sense for the Mississippi River to be so low, especially with all the rain we've had in the Kentucky region, the Ohio region, the Tennessee region, with the hurricane, the tropical storms that came up through there, and the bands of rain. It makes no sense for water levels to be that low. And is there any real, when I say real, sorry, is there any mainstream coverage on this river at all yet? Has anyone found any time the river has been this low in history? They're putting moisture into the atmosphere. Because I've looked into a lot of HAARP. Pretty sure I'm allowed to talk about that. HAARP and, what's the other one? Oh, it's HAARP. They have this antenna field that, heats up the atmosphere and it bubbles it up. And when it bubbles up the atmosphere, it manipulates the jet stream. So, say the jet stream's going over here, but now you have this atmospheric bubble. Well, now the jet stream is going to pull this way, and it's going to pull the moisture, the storms. They kind of correlate with the jet stream, and it it uses, from what I understand, a whole lot of electricity in order to send radio frequency from these hundreds, maybe even thousands of antennas in this field to heat up. You know, we have like multiple layers in the sky, different spheres they call them, and we heat up like the top layer, and when we bubble that layer up, all the rest of them kind of follow. So this one bubbles, and then that one follows it, you know, to fill in the gap, and then they all fill in the gap, and that causes a void, and that void gets filled with the jet stream, and then that manipulates the weather, along with them spraying chemicals in the sky. I don't know how much I'm allowed to talk about this, guys. I'm hoping you guys... Is there anyone here that I'm talking to that this sounds like total alien to you and you've never heard of this before? Or are we all on the same page? Don't be shy. I mean, if you've never heard about this before, just say something. That's awesome, Cleo. Because I had friends in high school. I mean, I was watching airplanes go across the sky, as we all see all the time, and they're leaving what they call contrails. Now, we've all seen contrails, and they disappear. Like within 5 minutes tops, contrails gone. They don't continue to grow and expand and grow and expand and grow and expand. And so, my question in my head with all this weather manipulation, from what I've seen in these like undercover videos, is that they're doing it to stop global warming. Now, if they're doing this to stop global warming, then why are they hiding it from us? Why aren't they telling us about it? Wouldn't that fit their narrative? To say, hey, you know, global warming's so bad now, we're doing this for your greater good, don't worry about it. You know, we slipped it into one of the bills somewhere, you guys won't even notice, you know, on your taxes. Because what they're doing in the skies, I don't know if, I'm pretty sure it's an international thing, but it could just be I know HARP is located in Alaska, Puerto Rico, Norway, and I think somewhere else. So I think it is kind of an international thing. It's really some elite stuff that I can't even wrap my head around. Because I don't know if it's really just to fully manipulate the weather. Are they doing it? Is global warming real? Are they doing it to combat global warming? Yeah, exactly. There are chemtrails and there's contrails. Two different things. Global warming is a hoax. Nothing is happening now that Mother Nature hasn't done in the past. I fully agree with that statement. History repeats itself. I think they're cooking us too. I'm pretty sure John agrees. I hear that, Cleo. I'm glad you guys are actually awake, you know, not woke. We're not woke. We are awake. And from what I understand, it's like some sort of silver oxide or aluminum oxide is what they were using. But I think that from what I've been seeing in the sky, they're playing around with the chemistry. They're not. I think almost every year they're cooking up a new batch of something to spray up there. Awesome. I'm glad we're all awake here. silver iodide. And I heard it's even hurting some natural plants, like especially in the desert regions, Arizona, New Mexico, California. There's certain native plant species, and plants don't have a very long season there in the first place. The plants they're talking about, the roots are rusting. Yeah, and that's another thing. The volcanoes give off so much more pollution, and they don't talk about that. It's almost like every time they come up with a narrative, God already has something on earth put in place to crush their narrative. So I got a email from somebody. I don't have to use their name. Try to go over parts of it. It says, J6 still needs you. The endeavors are not just in Washington, D.C. The vigils will continue all over the USA. Do you know that Mickey and Randy still speak about the coverage at the D.C. jail? And then they said, I'm not happy with you. You and a couple others have grifted funds. So this is how I already know they're a troll, because they're using the word grifted, I feel. And then use them for what you sought for your own purposes. I used to make a lot more money with just a regular job in DC. So, you know, buying food and just like... reminds me of a financially abusive person. And then some more misinformation in the email. It says, you were 3 hours away from your goal. Actually, no, I made it to the goal in Florida. You chose to come back to DC. Skip your drama story. It's that. Okay. So I love how this person knows more than I do. Says, I don't hate you, but I'm disappointed in the way you and Dustin want to work the subscribers on your YouTube channels. So I met Dustin for the very first time on the National Mall when 76 came in. He was one of the only individuals a part of 76 that didn't have a super cold shoulder or thought that I was some sort of fed there to report back to my agency or something. Like, there's literally still some members of 76 that literally still think I'm a fed. And, so I don't want to be, you know, this channel was started, I came up with the name myself for Public Road Reel. I am assuming, I don't know, I mean, I'm hoping that, from what I understand, Dustin's telling the truth, and he started his real-time media, and we just happen to use the same word, real, R-E-E-L. We are not related in any sense. I've only known him for 4 or 5 months now. I mean, you guys probably know him better than I do. I spent about 5 days with him. He was very kind to let me stay in his hotel room that was given to him by a viewer, and he let me stay there, and that was very nice of him, and I really appreciate it. But in no way are we, you know, actually related. In no way are our channels related. We have completely different content. So this person hasn't been keeping a close eye, or maybe they have been and they're just completely trolling. But it was a pretty I mean, let me see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got like 5 paragraphs here. You have, and this comment on the bottom, you have taken and given very little back. I want you to think about that. I wish you the best, but you do have a gift, and it should be used to help a cause. Best wishes. Yeah, thank you, Cleo. I mean, that was quite an email. I mean, normally a troll would only do like a paragraph. And they wouldn't even make it neat looking like that. So I don't know. That email took me by surprise. I mean, I got her name here, but I'm not going to use it. I'll share it with John later. See if it's even a viewer he recognizes. Yeah, and that's why I got banned. That's why I cannot go back to the gulag in DC. Now, of course, there are spread all over the country. Maybe there are some in Arizona. I don't remember seeing that. I could look that up very easily. Yeah, it was an email. It was definitely an email. But, I mean, we just had like a little, you know, spat or whatever with Wyckoff, so I imagine this probably spawned from that. This came at 8:08 p.m. today. Oh yeah, I said, do you know that Mickey and Randy still speak about your coverage? Yeah, I get told every time I get a shout out, I get told about it. So that's weird. Josh, can you go to tomorrow night? Randy will be there supporting the J6ers. I would have to call Tommy. But I mean, they all have my number. I wish, I mean, I got a lot of their numbers, but my mistake was I didn't actually make contacts. I'm very guilty of that. I'll get people's number, be texting them, and then we stop talking for a while, and then I lose their number. I have to scroll through my text to find it. Tommy is in Mississippi? Okay. He could probably give me Randy's number. 'Cause Randy gave me his number, but like I said, I'm bad about not following through with the whole contact thing. Now, no way was I asking anyone to unsub anybody. Just want to let that be known. I was not trying to tarnish anybody. I was literally just stating facts. Glory be. That's a good idea, because let me look at the map real quick. More than likely, she's going to have to, if she goes down there, she's going to have to drive right past me. Let me see. I'm pretty sure I'm right at her turning point here in Fredericksburg. I could be wrong. Let me see. Oh yeah, she's gonna want to go. Oh wait, no, it's in Virginia. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, let me look up Northern Neck. Because it looks like she will have to go by me. I can call her in the morning. She doesn't talk to anyone until after she does her prayer and reads the Bible. Something I should start doing. Probably save me a lot of trouble. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She gonna have to come right by me. Here, I can show you guys. I'm the blue dot, and that's the red dot, and then Glory B's somewhere here, above DC, I think, or below DC, or wait, who knows? But Glory B's at DC, I'm the blue dot, and there's the red dot. So we could probably make that happen. If Glory B she might want to go down to the Vigil there tomorrow, and she could have Randy's number. I mean, whoever is staying up there and coming down there, there's a chance that Randy could already have a place down there and he could be staying the night there tonight. So, Glory B's not going. Okay. I know. I would love to. Dude, man, I would so love to go there, to Northern Neck. I mean, I can't just... that's relying too much on other people, because I'm not just gonna like set up a tent. I mean, should I set up a tent outside the jail? I'll do it. It'll be cold. I don't think they'll appreciate it very much. It's Virginia. It's not DC. You can't just pop a tent wherever you want. Sheriff will come get you. Yeah, this is right off of Richmond High. It's right off of 360. Wow. So where were they doing the vigil at? I'm looking at a bird's eye view of this jail facility here. It doesn't... I mean, compared to the DC jail on the outside, it doesn't look like a bad place. Okay, I see where they're holding the vigil. They have like a whole little vigil area, it looks like. That's pretty cool. It's probably actually the smoking area for the guards. But that's where they're holding it. I recognize it, even from the bird's eye view. That is quite a ways out there. There's an Exxon and a McDonald's nearby. And there's a Quality Inn. There's a hotel right next door. Yeah, I could do that. And there's a hotel next door, too. Like, literally, let me see how far away that is. Yeah, the hotel's like a mile away. It looks super close on here. I guess a mile's not bad at all. I walk miles all the time in DC. I'll try to get a hold of David. I know Freedom Express Media. I don't have his number. Maybe if one of you guys could get him to email me at republicroadreel@gmail.com. That's lowercase, all lowercase, republicroadreel@gmail.com. I would have no problem bringing up that footage. But I would hate to put anything like that on anybody, because I know David is, I mean, he's new to this as well, so he doesn't, Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll have to call her in the morning though. I'm not gonna bother her this time of evening. I'll call her tomorrow around 10 in the morning. Hey, look, I'm on Get Her right now. Look at this. Look at her. Oh no, where'd it go? Yeah, you guys definitely, let me let you guys know right now. Getter is amazing. Definitely sign up for Getter and subscribe to me, Republic Road Reel. I believe on Getter it is just all one word, capital R's. It should pop up. On Rumble, it's also Republic Road Reel. Please subscribe to my Rumble. Let's try to get it to 1,000 guys. It's under 300 at the moment. If we get that to 1,000, that would be a good benchmark. I wonder where my brother went. But yeah, the guy you saw earlier, that's my brother. He's my kid's uncle. So he is the half-brother of my kid's mother. And he was working on... Yeah, that's smart, John. He's calling out Sean, saying if you talk to him, we will throw him some gas money if it's out of his way. And it's not out of his way at all. It'll be... In total, it's going to be 10 miles out of his way. For anyone coming from DC area to Northern Neck, it's only going to be 10 miles out of their way to pick me up. Anyone coming from the north down. And my brother may even come too. So we'll have more people down there. And I heard the locals show up. I would love to meet the locals who have been fighting this jail not only since the J6ers were there, but even before that happened. They've been having major issues at this facility. So tonight I'm going to research some of the publicized issues that have happened there. If there are any. I am very close to Route 1. I am like 5 miles from Route 1. Yeah, that would be really cool. I miss going to the vigils. I miss the speakers. I miss Randy. I miss Mickey. I don't know if Mickey's going to be there. You guys said Randy was. But I really miss the whole vigil and standing in solidarity and support for the completely political prisoners. Josh, have you heard of Alfredo Luna? No, I have not heard of Alfredo Luna. Now, I hear that, John, and that shouldn't be an issue. See, me, I'm a social butterfly. I don't need much motivation to get more people to talk at. But not everybody is like that, so... I don't know if you guys saw the other day on that video how many people stood in support for Iran, and most of which I found out were Iranians themselves, Iranian Americans standing in support for the woman that was murdered because she wasn't wearing a face covering, and then multiple other people stood in support for her, and because they did that, they were murdered too. He is not driving at the moment. He works from home, so he doesn't have a vehicle. He's looking to buy my old vehicle and get it going for himself. And then I have some other vehicle prospects possibly. Don't have any funds for any, but you know, God works in mysterious ways. So but no, he wouldn't be able to take me, but he might come with me. If he has nothing else going on. See if I missed anything here. But if DC becomes quiet and stale in the wintertime, you know, at least for the next couple of months, I'll probably be in Arizona with Patriot Steve. Hopefully all that buzzing is on my Rumble and my Rumble and my Getter. What is my Getter up to? Okay, 167 followers on Getter. Not bad. Really appreciate you guys. Ooh, Rumble. I'm 7 away from 300 on Rumble. 293. Rumble, I'm 7 away from 300. Sorry guys, I was on my Rumble here. Republic Road Reel. How do you not have money for a car? We raised $3,000 for Mike and stole it all. Oh man, it's not even funny anymore, John. I do miss Mike though. He was when I got back to DC, when I left DC for the failed Florida trip, he was there, and then when I got back to DC, he was there to pick me up as well. So Mike's a real good guy. Yeah, Mike definitely leaves a positive mark on a lot of people. I haven't really met anyone like him, that's for sure. And I'm saying that totally positively. All respect, I don't have no crumb in my beard. My beard is crumbless. No flavor savers. It's called a flavor saver. I already got them all. There's no crumb. Never heard of the fuzzy apple though. Thank you for being here. Please remember to hit the subscribe button followed by the notification bell and then select all, and you'll be notified anytime there's new content, most of which better than this. I just miss you guys and thought I'd check in. Thank you, Fuzzy Apple. My Rumble name is Republic Road Real. Let me I think it's just all lowercase, but let me verify that. No, yeah. Here we go. Republic Road Real, capital R's, all one word. So unlike YouTube, it's all one word, and I have capital R's, so 3 capital R's. Hi, Glory Bee. You're awake. Glory be, glory be, glory be, glory be. Yeah. So, I was wanting to go to the Vigil tomorrow, Glory be, and I was going to try to get Randy's number from you. Randy's giving me his number, but I have a bad habit of receiving numbers and then not fully, keeping the, not putting their name in the number. So I have like a bunch of I have to go through like a bunch of texts to find all these numbers. Oh, you remember that, Cleo? But yeah, I'm going to give you a call tomorrow morning, Glory be, and see if you can help me out in getting some contacts in order to get to the Vigil down at in Southern Virginia. I'm in Fredericksburg, so I'm only 5 miles out of the way. I mean, 5 miles this way and then 5 miles to get back on track. So like 10 miles total. I have gas money, and I'm willing to get out there any way I can and bring you guys with me. That would be really awesome. That would be a comeback for sure. Oh, press release at the Capitol. Okay. I may have to get back to DC sooner than I want to. As you can see, I'm comfortable here at my brother's house. I would have been here sooner, but he was in Baltimore. At a friend's house, helping them move or something. So I met him at the train station, and he spent a night with me on the National Mall. Yeah. Or close to it. Not on the National Mall, but pretty close to it. And he's in the chat too. Have you guys seen Jonathan in the chat here? Yeah, that's my brother. So I always give him a big shout out when he's in here. You were a child when they built I-95? What state? Like, what state were you a child in when they were building I-95? Jonathan's not here right now, Glory be. He's helping his kid's mother with her brakes. Her dad tried to do a brake job and didn't really understand on how to bleed the brakes after changing a caliper. So he bled the brakes, and I guess he's doing a test drive now. I don't think he's home. John! Nope. Nope, no Jonathan. But tonight we're gonna make tacos when he gets back. I don't know. Hopefully he's still hungry. He might have went out to eat. I'll make some tacos. They'll be good tomorrow too. We made burgers the other day and hot dogs. And then he made a chicken soup last night. That was really good. John, here's my insight on why the J6 lawyers aren't asking a lot of questions they should be asking. And this was something I discussed with some people. Is that if a lawyer brings up something to defend their client in this situation and it goes against the mainstream narrative, the courts are gonna completely shut them down. A lawyer has to somehow defend their client without destroying the narrative that's been put in place. Because if you go against this media, this administration's view on things, then they are going to hit you with the full extent of the law. Now, if you can find some sort of sneaky way, lawyers should be good at this, to defend your client without going against their full-blown lie of a narrative. You know, like just bringing up some points. It is difficult to do. How do you defend your client without going against their extreme narrative? Because if you go against that narrative and start talking about these unindicted co-conspirators, they're not in the narrative. That destroys the narrative. So we got to be really... the lawyers got to be careful. They don't want to just destroy their case. If they start bringing up these conspiracy theories, which we all know or probably aren't, you know, they're going to be discredited, and it's not going to be good for the client. And I would have no problem asking lawyers these. One thing I wish I was better at was like facial recognition. I wish I could just skim through some pictures, you know, and just boom, 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 and then like just, I know that guy. I'm not good at facial recognition or names. If I was good at facial recognition and names, oh, you better watch out. I need a partner who is good with faces and names, and whoa, we will be set. Especially around the Capitol. Okay, Clea. I might still be back on. I gotta use the restroom real quick. hopefully they're okay. He said he's just going for a test drive, make sure the brakes were okay, and he hasn't been back. It's not a good sign when you go for a test drive in the car to test the brakes, and then you don't come back right away. It's not far out there, John, but it's still against the mainstream narrative. You're right, it's literally evidence how they were set up. But that goes against the narrative. If we bring up how they were... At this point in time, like if you had a court case with this regime that's in there, you gotta tread water very carefully. Otherwise, you're gonna be fully discredited with your plea. I got really good service right now. I've never seen 5,000 kbps, whatever that means. Almost 6,000. Oh, someone followed me on Rumble. Let me give them a shout out. Oh, it's not gonna... Wait, maybe up here? Maybe it's up here? Recumbent? I think it's recumbent. Nope. It's GMB65. Started following you. Thank you, GMB65. Tyson James went live not too long ago. He said, red wave, please. You guys still there in the chat? There it is. Wow, this battery pack's actually charging both of my phones while I'm live. Okay, two-finger typer B. You can also send me info at republicroadreal@gmail.com. Once again, that's republicroadreal, all lowercase, just like the name you see here on YouTube. republicroadreal@gmail.com. No problem. Yeah, if I find something real interesting on it, I'll make some segments on it, or I'll even throw it in a live. Oh, I hear a car in the driveway, and it sounded like it stopped. Maybe we'll talk to John. See, like I tell John about so much stuff, but I didn't mention to him. You know, I tell him. You know, it's hard, even people I'm around. It's hard to relay all the information that we see here all the time. A lot of people are still unaware. Hey, John. No, good night, Glory B. I just saw that. Sweet dreams. It's almost taco building time. Okay, and you were in Virginia when they built 95. My grandfather was actually his father. So that would be my great-grandfather. Helped bulldoze parts of the road for 95 and Route 1. I think more so Route 1. Yeah, Route 1, not 95, I'm sorry. Because 95 didn't exist yet. I believe Biden regime will nuke us or some type of bomb to blame on Russia as excuse to go to war, but honestly, I don't think nuke will happen.
So,
You get more snacks, or that's the same bag?
that's the same bag, but I did bring some dinner for us.
You brought dinner?
I brought Taco Bell.
You brought Taco Bell. I was gonna make tacos.
Yep.
It
I brought 10:30 at night.
don't matter.
Tacos can wait. Plus, Shab said she wanted to buy me dinner for doing her breaks. So I got us two Doritos Locos Tacos meals. So there's 3 tacos in there for you.
Okay. No sour cream?
I got the Supreme ones, so there's sour cream on them.
Oh, I don't do sour cream.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Sorry.
You can scrape it off.
I like everything. I don't like sour cream.
You can scrape it off. It's fine.
I guess. I make real tacos, man. We can always eat them tomorrow. Because we gotta make that hamburger.
Okay. Well, you can make tacos tomorrow. I'm eating these tonight. Because they're already made. They're going to get
Oh, yeah, no, I know that. Those won't be good tomorrow. My tacos will be.
Yeah. Yeah, we still make those tomorrow. We're going around Old
You
Town.
mean make them tonight?
We're going to go around historic Frenchburg tomorrow.
Yeah. Janine says, you sound sweet, and Teresa says, thank you for dinner.
Oh, you're welcome. Sweet. I don't know about sweet. My voice is all raspy.
It's just the tone of your raspy voice.
Well, I don't know if Josh will attest for this, but I'm probably the sweetest person you'll ever meet. I don't know anyone else that do a break job at 10 o'clock at night.
For some tacos. I was worried about you. I'm like, man, they went to go test their brakes, and how he hasn't been back. Like, that's not a good sign.
Bro, the tacos weren't even part of the deal. It was just like,
No, I know.
for a test drive, and she's like, are you hungry? I was like, yeah, but I got company. She's like, well, I'll get something for them too. All right, cool.
That's awesome. I'll probably be able to eat them. There's like lettuce on it, right? Lettuce then sour cream?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just miss the cheese. Hey, if I'm able to... What are you doing tomorrow?
Going to historic Fredericksburg.
What about in the evening?
I don't know why.
And do you want to go to a vigil, possibly, down in Northern Neck Regional Jail? With other live streamers and...
Right here?
Randy.
Fredericksburg?
It's like... It's not very far from Fredericksburg. No, it's not here in Fredericksburg.
You get it right?
Not yet. I'm going to work on it tomorrow.
Yeah, because I don't have a car.
Yeah, no, I know that. But I'm saying if I could get us a ride, did you want to go?
Okay.
And support. Okay.
Um,
We're not going to do anything crazy.
I'm free tomorrow night. Friday night, Saturday evening, I have my son over here. We're going to carve pumpkins.
Okay. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
Do I get my own pumpkin?
Yeah, you want to carve a pumpkin?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm going to try to buy like a bunch of little pumpkins also, because, every year I make homemade pumpkin pies.
Yeah, like
So,
you did.
I'm going to try to cut down the pumpkins and make pumpkin pies for Thanksgiving.
And you make the shells yourself too, right?
I make the pie crust and everything myself. It's all made by hand. And I try to make at least 10 to 15 pies, because I take 10 or 15 of them. I take at least 5 to 10 of them, and I give them out to shelters.
Awesome.
I've been doing that since 2007.
There's a
Every
shelter.
year.
There's a shelter right in Fredericksburg.
Yeah, I normally try to take the ones. My main shelter is the one up in Fairfax by Fort Belvoir.
Okay.
Yeah, the one up in Lorton where I stayed at. Yeah, I try to go back there.
I ate at the shelter in Fredericksburg just because, like, they offered us food there. We were there for something else. And they're like, "You guys want to eat?" And they're like, "Whatever." They have good food there in Fredericksburg at the shelter. Oh, good night, Mud Pie.
Tacos. Yeah, like I said, you might be able to come in here. Yeah, I doubt you'll be able to get the sour cream out of these bitches. They're like all the way down in there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
I'll just make some tacos. I'll make it tonight, and I'll eat a couple. I won't do all the fixins. I'll just make up the meat tonight, and then we'll have tacos all day tomorrow. Whenever we want. I just gotta make up the rest of that pack of hamburgers. It's been open. Inclined to. Or I can make some burgers.
Either or. There's still leftovers in there from the other night, burgers and dogs.
Yeah.
And still that part of leftover steak.
Imagine the U.S. military's highest paid contractor and a bunch of literal rocket scientists are doing a deep dive into Twitter's code. Oh wait, is Musk doing that? John?
Huh.
Oh no, my moderator, John.
Oh. Well, like what?
Okay, that's awesome. So Elon Musk is hiring scientists and people from the military to look into political discrimination, censorship, of fact bot usage, #/trend manipulation, shadow banning, prevalence of child pornography, feed manipulation, and calculated election interference. So he's hiring people from the U.S. military and rocket scientists to do a deep dive into Twitter's code to expose what Twitter has been doing now that they have been bought by Elon Musk. Cleo says hi. Hi, Cleo. Glad you're back.
Hi, Cleo.
In 2020, the FBI instructed Twitter to mark the Hunter Biden laptop story as disinformation, then processed to censor the story and ban those who shared it, a story that was true. That is crazy. So is big tech just like freaking out right now? Or, I mean, what's happening with big tech? Imagine diving into TikTok's code. Yeah, exactly. Let's get the real truth out. Elon has officially taken over Twitter. So the deep state have officially lost control of their election interference / brainwashing machine less than 2 weeks out from the midterms. The sheep are now extremely susceptible to pre-election red pills via October surprises. Fired everybody. Did he really fire everybody? I'm about to start a Twitter account. What do you guys think? Yes? No? Twitter?
Do it.
I'm gonna get off here in a couple minutes, guys, and make me some dinner. I appreciate you guys being on here and checking in with me. Next time, hopefully, we'll have some great content. Maybe it'll be tomorrow evening, down there at the Vigil in Northern Neck, not too far away. I'm a lot closer to Northern Neck than anyone in DC, that's for sure. I'm pretty much the halfway mark. Or a little bit further than the halfway mark. Maybe the 3/4 mark. Alright, good night, Cleo. Good night, everybody. Good night, Jonathan.
Good night, Josh.
But thank you guys so much. And yeah, tomorrow, yeah, we'll probably go live in historic Fredericksburg. Do a little live chit-chat walking around the city. So definitely keep watch for that. If you're not subscribed, please remember to hit the subscribe button followed by the notification bell. And select all. And you'll be notified anytime there's content. Or lack of content. But thank you so much for your continued views and your subscriptions and your prayers. And have a good night, everybody.